A very warm welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Petteri Vainikka, and I have the pleasure of welcoming you all to the Cognite Product Tour 2023 edition. Now, before we dive into the matter, I would like to draw your attention to select housekeeping matters. You will be treated to approximately 60 minutes of product and customer value-focused demonstrations today. This is a recorded event and will be made available on demand afterwards. Questions and follow-up are always welcome, now and in perpetuity, on our customer community, Cognite Hub that is, to be found at hub.cognite.com. Now, at Cognite, we're used to working with some of the world's most demanding customers, operating some of the most complex and societally critical industrial assets, with the most challenging legacy business application landscapes, coupled with the most ambitious digital transformation programs. Today, however, we're not going to focus on the complex, but instead we're going to focus on the transformative power of making the complex simple, starting with simple access to complex industrial data. Now, I'm joined today by a roster of my colleagues from product who will be indulging you in a live Cognite Platform Core capability demonstration set. In addition, we have two customers, Moelven and PGS, joining us to tell you about their successes. Each presenter will briefly introduce themselves as they're up on our agenda. For those of you who are new to us, at Cognite we provide foundational industrial data operations software infrastructure to large and medium industrial enterprises to unlock the true potential of their operational, engineering, real-world and enterprise data assets for operational efficiency, profitability and sustainability. Now, DataOps is a program and practice underpinned by new technology to deliver, manage and optimize value-based data products for evolving business needs. It solves for data lineage, data pipelining and data quality, all to deliver trusted data products to our businesses that are starving for simple access to complex industrial data they can apply for better decisioning daily and in real time. Now, from data availability and data literacy to hyper-automation of data management, for simple yet powerful digital twin data modeling, for production management and optimization, for asset performance management, for power trading operations, and for so much more. Industrial data operations is about breaking down data silos and optimizing the broad availability and usability of industrial data. Now, as cool as all this new technology undoubtedly is, we are all in the business of value. So let's spend a little time on the business value of implementing an industrial data ops platform for your enterprise. Business value. We recently commissioned leading research and advisory firm Forrester to conduct a total economic impact study and to examine the potential return on investment enterprises may realize by deploying our industrial data ops platform, Cognite Data Fusion. With a 400% return on investment and a 3-year net present value over $21 million, the business case across critical industrial operations value pools is clear. Each of you will receive a link to the full report in our product tour follow-up. And for those joining us today on demand, you can always download the full report at cognite.com at any time. Now you joined us to see the product, so let's get you to that. Finding, trusting and understanding industrial data is time-consuming. It is frustrating. It is wasteful. This needs to change. Industrial data operations is about breaking down legacy data silos and optimizing the broad availability and usability of industrial data. At its core, it is about simple access to complex industrial data. Now, it is my pleasure to hand you over to Eric from our product team. Eric will lead you through the Cognite Data Fusion platform experience, a data liberation and activation workbench that serves as the backbone to your digital transformation. Take it away, Eric.
Thank you, Petri. My name is Eric Stein-Beldring, and I'm a product manager here at Cognite. Today I'll be discussing the subject matter expert's journey in Cognite Data Fusion and some of the newest functionalities that allow subject matter experts to have simple access to complex industrial data. Before we dive into the new and upcoming functionalities of Cognite Data Fusion, our industrial data ops platform, let's begin by discussing industrial data operations. Industrial data ops is the single most promising path for digital, sustainable, financially viable transformation of asset-intensive industries. It's about breaking down silos and optimizing the broad availability and usability of industrial data, By this, we mean data generated in heavy asset industries, including manufacturing, oil and gas, renewable energy, power and utilities, automotive, and more. DataOps is a practice, a way of engaging and collaborating across the organization to both share and reap greater value from the data. It's about more people working together to create original solutions to optimize the world of industry. Out of all the people we want to make industrial data useful for, we're going to focus on these, the subject matter experts. Why subject matter experts, you may ask? Well, subject matter experts, or SMEs for short, are those who use data to build an understanding for their industrial reality and take action based on that context. They use data to produce or create actionable insights to solve industrial challenges for themselves and for their organization. Why are we focusing on SMEs? Well, simple. Because these are the people who are ultimately responsible for realizing the value of digital and data investments. SMEs are the ones who work with the result of your data liberation and contextualization initiatives. They exponentially increase the value of the data as they work with it to extract actionable insights and build scalable industrial solutions. The more SMEs we enable across an industrial enterprise, the more true impact we create and the faster value is realized. Throughout 2023, we are focusing on enabling the subject matter expert to deliver more value to your organizations with Cognite Data Fusion. We're focusing on two main challenges that SMEs in every industrial sector face. One, getting simple access to complex industrial data, or availability. This is about unifying data of all shapes and sizes from different sources, as well as simplifying the experience around working with data. Removing context switching cost when hopping between tools to get a single job done. And two, the ability to create and share insights using easily accessible and user-friendly tools, or usability. This is about delivering industrial data science liberation through robust, no-code or low-code, user-friendly product experiences, providing subject matter experts with the ability to leverage their expertise to create data-driven and physics-based solutions. No coding required, unless of course they want to or choose to work with someone who can. What does the typical workflow for a subject matter expert look like? Everything starts with a trigger. This may be an external request from a fellow on-site engineer to troubleshoot some equipment, or an internal trigger, like an idea for how to optimize the production or maintenance process. From there, our SME needs to find, explore, and visualize relevant data from various systems. By doing so, the SME can perform a contextual analysis to gain a systems understanding of the issue and of the challenge they're addressing. Using this contextual understanding, an SME can then perform a root cause analysis, leveraging no-code interfaces and analytics tools to find and gain actionable insights. And if necessary or desired, our subject matter expert may perform a more advanced analysis with the support of simulator models or working together with a data scientist or other colleague. Finally, our subject matter expert is ready to share and leverage these new insights and communicate the results with colleagues. If this work can be reused for future problem solving or process improvement, they may choose to create or request monitoring jobs, reusable dashboards, or other solutions for sharing and scaling these insights across the organization. And value has now been realized, and these data-driven insights can be continuously leveraged by subject matter experts across the org. Now let's talk about exactly how subject matter experts are delivering business value with Cognite Data Fusion. And it all starts with simple access to complex industrial data. Data exploration is a core feature of a DataOps platform. The ability to browse, find, navigate, and understand data is a cornerstone of most subject matter expert tasks in Cognite Data Fusion. And this is a natural starting point for creating value with industrial data. Now, through data exploration, you're able to easily find the data you're looking for, understand the data, which is represented in an industrial language with the option of configurability based on a customer data model, and navigate between different data types and relationships between data points by using various ways of visualization, such as engineering diagrams or 3D models. Now, with the latest release of Cognite Data Fusion, we are proud to introduce several new and highly requested features to our Data Explorer, Let's go through a demonstration. Now imagine I'm an engineer who has been notified that I have some issues with one of my valves. With a single search field, I can query across all data sources and data types in Cognite Data Fusion. If I'm interested in one particular type of resource information specifically, I can choose this tab and customize the table to view the information and the details that are most relevant to me. Documents and engineering diagrams are very important when performing a contextual or root cause analysis. I can quickly and easily find the relevant documents by searching for the document name or, of course, their contents to see which one contains a particular phrase or a particular tag number. Because all these engineering diagrams are contextualized, they are interactive and allow me to navigate between equipment tags and between diagrams using different hotspots. However, I might feel that exploring the engineering diagram isn't enough. I need a better understanding of the physical location and the surrounding area using the 3D model. Cognite Data Fusion has built-in support for 3D models to visualize many common CAD, BIM, and laser scan file formats. I can navigate directly to this asset's location in the model via the search, and then click to view the related and associated data, like time series, work orders, and documents, so I can get more insights from trends and historical data if I need them. I can also inspect other equipment on the same line or equipment that's near the line that we're working on in this particular case. I also have the ability to slice planes to isolate the equipment and can use the convenient tooling for performing basic operations like measurements. Now, thanks to contextualization and the technical capabilities of Cognite Data Fusion, every single SME across the organization can access all industrial data in a single product experience. No additional desktop software or separate licenses required. And during 2023, you can expect new and innovative functionalities for exploring and visualizing data, including tighter integrations between the Data Explorer and other Cognite Data Fusion functionalities, including charts, an industrial canvas-like experience for gaining insights, annotating data, and interactive collaboration between colleagues, and the ability to quickly create custom visualizations and simple no-code dashboards. In addition, we have been improving the data catalog capabilities of Cognite Data Fusion. A data catalog enables people to explore, understand, and manage the data that is available in the organization. Subject matter experts can get answers to questions like, what kind of data is available to me? Time series from Pi, work orders from SAP, engineering diagrams. Increasing the discoverability of what data is available increases confidence and trust. With an overview of the sets of data that are in Cognite Data Fusion, SMEs can begin to think creatively and ask questions like, what can I do with all of this data now that I have it all in one place? This human creativity is the foundation of data-driven value realization. And now I'd like to hand it over to Arun, who's going to be going through some of the functionality that we have in Cognite Data Fusion that makes data usable for subject matter experts to create and share insights.
My name is Arun. I work as a product manager here at Cognite. Today, I'm going to be taking you through the subject matter expert journey and all the cool capabilities that subject matter experts will be able to do within Cognite Data Fusion going forward. Cognite's story has always been about industrial data liberation. However, once this is done, the question remains, what can we do with this data? How can we make data do more? Without specific knowledge of a programming language, it is often very challenging to perform industrial data analytics to extract value from the data. That is where the concept of industrial data science liberation comes in. It is about giving anyone the ability to perform industrial data science without necessarily knowing how to code. In other words, making the industrial data speak human. One of the functionalities that we built into Cognite Data Fusion is charts, a powerful no-code experience tool to perform industrial data analytics, troubleshooting, and root cause analyses. We've received plenty of feedback that our product experience can and needs to be more tightly integrated, and we've heard you loud and clear. As a part of our December release, we've unified our product experience and moved charts into Cognite Data Fusion, bringing it closer to the other valuable functionalities that subject matter experts need to extract value from data. For future releases through 2023 plus, you can expect tighter integrations and improved functionalities within Cognite Data Fusion with various other Cognite applications and third-party tools. We're also very proud to introduce some valuable new functionality and a critical aspect of performing contextual and root cause analysis, the ability to display events and time series data simultaneously in the chart plot. Whether it's a work order on related equipment, a faulty shutdown, or an alert generated by a machine learning model, overlaying events in their charts provides another level of depth to industrial data analytics. In charts, you have the ability to create filter groups to toggle events on your plot that are of a particular type, subtype, equipment tag, and more. You can change the color of this display and drill down into the critical metadata to gain information about how a particular event explains or correlates with the time series trends. We'd like to thank those of you who've met with our product team to help us develop and test this functionality. Subject matter experts from Moelven, Hess, Celanese, and others. If you'd like to get involved in the development or testing of new Cognite Data Fusion features, be sure to visit Cognite Community Hub. You can also enjoy our community, whether or not you are a Cognite customer. Now, what more can you expect in 2023 and beyond? We'll be working on other valuable and frequently requested features like using events as a source input to no-code calculations, adding visualization functionalities to analyze events data, for example, bar charts, in addition to line plotting. Annotating or labeling time series data to capture valuable domain knowledge and context in Cognite Data Fusion. Adding comments to charts and on specific time series or events to discuss and collaborate with colleagues. And perhaps most importantly, the ability to create new calculated time series in Cognite Data Fusion via this no-code interface. Another critical component that industrial data ops software provides subject matter experts is seamless connectivity between industrial data and physics-driven calculations. Simulator integrations expand the value of Cognite Data Fusion by creating digital representations of equipment and assets using real-time data. This digital twin can then generate invaluable insights to support decision-making in operations. The solution empowers proactive use of data and process simulation to build solutions that optimize production, create a more efficient and sustainable industrial future. The simulator services in Cognite Data Fusion include a model library. It keeps track of simulation version models, their purpose, context, and when, how, and by whom they've been modified. It empowers subject matter experts to have complete control of simulation files and ensures that all engineers and any simulator workflow can access up-to-date versions of the files. Using the model library, one can configure calculations to run on a schedule or on demand. Each calculation can be configured with data pre-processing steps, which include a conditional check, steady-state detection, repetitive data sampling as well. You can then assign process sensor readings as input to the calculations and associate it with variables in the simulation model. In the same way, output values can be read from the simulation model after the calculation is finished and saved to a time series. Simulator integrations in Cognite Data Fusion will be available for beta use in early 2023. Throughout next year, we'll be adding more support for simulators out of the box, expanding the functionality for users to configure advanced custom calculations and enable users to interact with simulators connected to Cognite Data Fusion using APIs and SDKs. If you'd like to learn more about simulator integrations in Cognite Data Fusion or request an integration with a specific simulator, please visit Cognite Hub. You can also read about many of the use cases that we've solved using simulator integrations, as well as the work that we've done with Neptune Energy. One of the most foundational yet critically valuable solutions a subject matter expert will build is the ability to configure monitoring tasks and alerts. This is a central element of an industrial data ops platform that allows subject matter experts to proactively discover issues with equipment, systems, and processes. Through a dedicated application, Cognite has provided the ability to monitor be alerted about changes in time series data, as well as create the various underlying machine learning models. In 2023, we're bringing this functionality into Cognite Data Fusion as a core capability. This will allow anyone to easily set up monitoring jobs in Cognite Data Fusion. Imagine a scenario where a subject matter expert has been working in charts to perform a root cause analysis for a particular production issue. They find that when a particular time series and calculation are above a threshold of 38 degrees Celsius, the equipment will start to malfunction. Now, they can simply click the monitoring icon to create a new monitoring job. Our subject matter expert can configure the monitoring task by giving it a name, specifying a desired monitoring frequency, the input parameters, as well as entering the email addresses to subscribe themselves and their colleagues to alerts. Subject matter experts will also be able to view all monitoring jobs and related alerts, visualize them in detail, and resolve or discuss these alerts with their colleagues, all from Cognite Data Fusion. All monitoring tasks and alerts will be accessible via an overview page in Cognite Data Fusion. Throughout 2023, you can expect improvements and added monitoring and alerting capabilities, including monitoring the output of no-code calculations, rapidly scaling monitoring solutions over large sets of data. If you'd like to gain early access to this functionality and provide feedback to our product team, be sure to join the early adopter group on Cognite Hub. Now over to Anders, who will show what is new in our data modeling capabilities in Cognite Data Fusion.
Thank you, Arun. My name is Anders Herfredger, and I'm a product manager at Cognite. In this section, I will talk about data modeling. As we discussed throughout this year's product tour, enabling subject matter experts to deliver more value to your organizations is imperative. In order to ensure the availability and usability of data, we must reduce the effort to model the data required to solve unique business problems. In Cognite Data Fusion, we call this flexible data modeling. Flexible data modeling is a new foundational capability in Cognite Data Fusion. It enables you to model industrial data the way you need, so that subject matter experts can easily find, recognize, and understand the data. With data stored in one single knowledge graph, it can be expressed and viewed through multiple data models, enabling various lenses into the same data, depending on the use case. The same pump may look different from a maintenance point of view than from an operations point of view. With flexible data modeling, subject matter experts can answer questions like, show me all pumps manufactured by Framo that weigh more than 100 kilograms without fluid in it, or give me the first open downstream valve from equipment A. These questions are made simple thanks to flexible data modeling in Cognite Data Fusion. In other words, it helps make your data speak human. We place data models in three different main categories: source data models, domain data models, and solution data models. The source data models are meant to capture the semantics of a source system, so you get the powerful Cognite Data Fusion data exploration capabilities across all your source systems, keeping the terminology the same. Finding data has never been easier. The data across source systems is then contextualized into one or more domain data models, optimized for reuse of data across hundreds of data models of various sizes. The domain data models can be anything from the simple yet powerful Cognite Classic data model we've had for years, to larger industry standards such as GFOS or ISA 95. The key to a fully digitalized future is making the right choices on structuring your data. With contextualized domain data models at the core, solution data models are then easily built by reusing the building blocks relevant for any given use case. Flexible data modeling thus enables rapid scaling, whether it is building an app, data science model, dashboard, or other solution. With the help of pattern matching algorithm, your data model can be automatically populated to the nth instance. This means that scaling any solution, such as a dashboard, for the second time, 10th time, or 100th time will be quicker and easier than it was to build the first one. Flexible data modeling is currently in public beta and will be general available in February 2023. If you would like to join the beta, please join our early adopter group on Cognite Hub or read the beta documentation to get started. Relatedly, Cognite Data Fusion includes native out-of-the-box capabilities to store and access complex data for specific industrial domains. For example, geospatial data and well-centric data has traditionally been incredibly challenging to work with. Subject matter experts who work with these types of data in the energy industry, including oil and gas, offshore renewables, carbon capture and storage, have been forced to struggle with large file formats, data scattered across sources, and waiting a very long time to load or query data. A classic industrial data liberation challenge. Our new geospatial API makes it possible to store, retrieve and search for, and perform analysis using geospatial data in Cognite Data Fusion. This has been a critical functionality request that we are excited to release this month and improve throughout 2023. Additionally, thanks to our new well data layer and new extractors coming soon to Cognite Data Fusion, we can combine data from sources like EDM, WITSML, Petrel Studio and OSDU into our well-centric data models. This means subject matter experts can utilize these data for workflows that are critical for day-to-day operations. Advanced queries can be performed on complex well data in seconds. For instance, give me the list of all wells that reach the target formation and also have valid porosity logs in a defined depth interval. For those of you who are interested in Cognite Data Fusion's well data layer, be sure to join our early adopter group on Cognite Hub. But like we just discussed, with flexible data modeling, customers will always need to customize a data model to create one that is fit for purpose. So by combining the capabilities of our well data layer and flexible data modeling, you will have the tools to create your own bespoke well model. Do you have a similar use case or complex data for another industrial domain? Be sure to get in touch with us or start a topic on Cognite Hub, and Cogniters will be in touch shortly.
Thank you, Anders, and thank you, Arun, for those wonderful product demonstrations. And now it's my pleasure to introduce our guest speakers for today's 2023 Cognite Product Tour. Today, we'll be joined by Ahmed Nasrullah, a system engineer at Moelven, and Claire Glynn, a regional data library manager at PGS. Ahmed and Claire will be presenting the successes that they've been able to realize through implementing industrial data ops in their organizations, and of course, how they were able to do so. Ahmed, the floor is yours.
Thank you guys for inviting me here. My name is Ahmed Nasrullah and I work at Moelven as system engineer. Today I'm going to be talking about what Moelven is, what we work with, and how we are using Cognite Data Fusion as our platform for structuring data, organizing data, and using it in the operations. Moelven is the biggest Scandinavian wood processing corporation, and we are approximately 3,400 employees. So we are always trying to push with our material and try to show that we can do a lot with the fantastic material wood is. Of course, we focus a lot on innovation and digitalization. It's really, really important for us to gather data, try to install sensors, and get a lot of data from different parts of our systems, and just put it into one place and use it to improve our production, decreasing energy consumptions, and being more sustainable. I work at Division Timber. What Division Timber mainly does is that we work with mainly with sawmills. In 2016, we at Moelven started a project. The goal with that project was increasing process efficiency by 15%, increasing product value by 10%, and reducing energy consumption by 10%. We saw that we have our biggest potential and challenge in that project came into relationships and traceability. And what I mean with relationship is that I know this has been talked about before, but we saw that a lot of data is placed in different silos, right? And it's really, really hard to get access to that data first. And when we get access to that data, we saw also that there is a lot of frequency or latency issues. So we might not get data when we need to get the data. And then when we got a hold of that data, it was also always data for itself. And in order to do a broader analysis, which can show the effect for all the organization, we needed to create relationships between different sensors and relationships between the events. So mainly a relationship between data. But we also saw that one of our biggest challenge might be also traceability. We saw that somewhere in the production, when we get the logs and in the end we have a package with a lot of boards, we lose traceability. So we don't know which material we are following. And in that sense, it becomes quite hard to optimize your production if you don't know how the product is sewn, which sensors you have used to solve that, and how the outcome in the end becomes based on the machine settings and so on. But this is also, in our opinion, one of the biggest potential. So if we could solve that, then we are in a position where we can really optimize our production. So in the digital sawmill project, we actually were able to show that this is possible, and we did it at Moelven, which is our biggest sawmill. But that was research. When you have done a research project, you want to go and create a solution which is scalable, and that comes with a lot of challenges as well. We need to enable measurable near operational process improvements. It's achieved by organizing and structuring Moelven's data, so we can use that data to create visual support for the operators. That's why we are here today. We saw Cognite Data Fusion a really, really important tool for us to enable that. This is the difference for us from research into industrial world, right? We saw that Cognite Data Fusion is a tool which can help us scale this solution to many different places, because it has the ability to standardize data in a really smart sense. I'm thinking it might be good for you guys to see what we have achieved, and we are really keen on showing this kind of stuff live. So this is the dashboard which we have created at Dollartre. The dashboard is based on Dollartre's priority. Our priority is always safety, and you can see some values from the systems, from the safety systems. You can also see quality, delivery, and efficiency. The solution created here is in Grafana, but it gets the data from Cognite Data Fusion, where Cognite Data Fusion helps us break data from silos. So in essence, you are looking at a screen which is getting data from 5 to 6 different systems and putting it together in a sense which works best for the operators. Cognite Data Fusion here helps us also create some intelligence into the dashboard. So the traffic lights which you see here, they are always based on the product we are running right now. So they are dynamic intervals instead of static goal intervals. What that means for us is that every time we get a new product, the goal intervals would adjust to the product we are running. We can also go in and further search what might the cost be to different stuff. So as you can see, that availability here on this order right now, which we are running, is 52.7%. And an operator might want to go in and see what might be the cause of that. And this is also a drill down dashboard which we have been working with the operators to create. And then you can suddenly see data from much different systems in more detail, which shows some more information which could help them see what might the problem be. We have also been working a lot with digital daily control, and it's a lean concept where every morning you gather all the operators, you go through safety and other stuff, and you create activities based on the production you have had or you're going to have. It takes a lot of time to gather data, which you put in an analog. We are also using the API which comes with Cognite Data Fusion to fill our board with live data. So whenever we are having the digital daily control meetings, the dashboard or the board, it fills up automatically, and it makes it really, really simple for us, because instead of going and searching for the data and getting the data from different systems, you can focus on what's really important, and that is creating activities which can improve the production. We talk a lot about AI, but at Moelven we try to work with AI for all. So we have, for example, worked together with operators and created a drying kiln model, which whenever we have a breakdown, it predicts from a long list 3 of the biggest reason that we have that breakdown. So I will just once again go to the solution and show you how that looks. So here is a simple but quite powerful dashboard which shows all of our drying kilns running at Dalaträ. And initially, this is a way for the operators to see, is there anything wrong at any of my kilns? If there is, they will be able to click down and see what might be the issue. So, for example, I see a red thing here, and then I could just press on kiln 21. When I press on kiln 21, I will see a lot of different curves which are quite readable for people working with drying. And they can see that, this is the data we are getting right now from kiln 21. And when you see some peaks upwards or downwards, and if there is a breakdown, the AI model will get in and give a prediction on what might be the cause of that peak. So when we have a breakdown, instead of searching through a lot of different reasons, this model will help you and give you a prediction. So for example, here it has seen something that it might be worth checking, and then it has, based on historical data, given us 3 predictions on what might the cause be for this down peak. And this is quite helpful for us when we are trying to find the cause of the problem. Also, we would love in future to train the model even further so it can be much more advanced in its prediction. And here comes Cognite Data Fusion and its interaction with other tools as a really, really good thing. We have the opportunity to just see curve and then choose a certain place and then say that the model predicted that this was the problem, but in reality, when we searched, it was something else instead, and then we can write that. So in this sense, the model will learn to be better next time and keep going, keep annotating data. In this sense, we will have much smarter model in the future. So I hope this has been interesting, and you guys have had an idea how we at Moelven work with big data and how we try to structure it in order to give value to the sites. I thank you so much, and if there are any questions, please feel free to send me an email and I will get back to you.
Thank you, Ahmed, for that great presentation. And now, here's Claire Glynn.
So I'm Claire Glynn. I work for PGS as a regional data library manager. So my job is to provide technical and project leadership to the sales and services groups, in particular with focus on the management of our PGS data library. As part of the PGS digital transformation, this also includes providing technical expertise in support of our movement of the library to the cloud, developing new cloud services with external providers such as Cognite, and acting as a subject matter expert. So what does PGS do? We're a global geophysical company. We currently operate 8 modern 3D vessels that are out shooting data pretty much continuously all over the world. So we gather this offshore survey data and we use vast cloud compute to image the Earth's subsurface. Our sales and services division then manage and market the data acquisition, as well as our imaging services, and then eventually our data library products. For energy companies, more and better data increases the chances of success. So over time, our library has increased both in volume and also in density of data. So we're continuously managing huge data volumes. So the challenge we have is that we have these big digital data volumes that we need to contextualize, we need to manage, we need to organize. We've got over 2,000 3D surveys, which equates to more than 850,000 square kilometers of data. In real terms, in data terms, that means over 100,000 products, which currently is 1.7 petabytes of post-stack data in the cloud. PGS have declared a strategic objective of digital transformation, which means that we need to make this data available and we need to make it meaningful. So we want to liberate this data. Clients spend 80% of their time looking for data sets. Data is often siloed, there's multiple copies of it, there's no retention policies, nobody knows which is the best version or the latest version. It's complex and it's large. For PGS, it's not a drag and drop exercise, despite popular opinion, to move data to the cloud. And contextualization of the data is really key. So we want to improve data access and turnaround time, both internally to our own stakeholders and also externally to our clients. We want to enable access to the data from any application, how and when they want to. So we want the access to be open and flexible and easy. And also we want to make this service as automated as possible for everybody. We chose to work with Cognite Data Fusion after we did a global search for the right partner. Our vision for digital contextualization is shared with Cognite. And so from both a cultural and technology perspective, it was a great fit for PGS. So within Cognite Data Fusion, we access data from several different sources. We contextualize that data in a central place, and then we provide that data out to various different sources, both internally and externally to clients. This is all data where previously was very difficult to find or access. So one application that's using our contextualized data in Cognite Data Fusion is our MC Admin tool. So our data managers use this tool to visualize every multi-client survey that we have globally. Once there's a survey identified that you need to find more information on, you can zoom into that level and see in detail the outline of the survey. These 3D ones are our 3D surveys, and these lines here are our 2D surveys. You can choose the survey that you're interested in, see some basic information about it that comes from the metadata that CDF is pulling in, and then you can open up the survey itself. And here you can see a list of all the products that are available for this survey. And this is really useful because on top of the list, we can also click on each one and we can see the text headers and some other metadata. This is really useful. Previously, this was quite difficult to visualize for each product. But now we can see all the details that are needed to identify each product and which one is needed. We can also see the documents that are associated with this project, so the acquisition reports and imaging reports that are available. And this is the sort of information that even internally, PGS historically have spent a long time looking for all of this, whereas now from a map-based user interface that's easy to navigate, we can go to what we need quickly and get all the information all in one place. Versal is a great example of a new business model that using Cognite Data Fusion has allowed PGS to participate in. So this application allows energy companies to explore and evaluate the unified multi-client libraries of PGS and all of our competitors. So any one client can log in here and see their full multi-client data library for all of the vendors in one place. So this shows all of our surveys on the map. We can zoom in and choose a survey that's of interest. And the great thing about this, with having all the data in the cloud and having all the traces indexed and ready to go, is that not only can we see all the metadata and reports and listings and all that kind of good stuff for the project, we can also see the actual seismic traces themselves. And this is incredibly valuable to PGS, both internally and externally, because this is something that we've really struggled to have available to us at our fingertips before. So here we have the final full stack for this very large 3D volume. Every single trace here is indexed and we can see every seismic trace. We can zoom in to where we're interested in. We can skip through the volume and look all the way through an entire 3D volume online at the click of our fingers, which for us is incredibly valuable. Cognite Data Fusion has enabled us to visualize complex data from various sources in one centralized place for a variety of different purposes across our entire company. We've been able to automate a previously very manual process into a streamlined, efficient, automated service for our clients. It's enabled us to use digital methods to create new possibilities and business models, and excitingly, with plenty more ideas in the pipeline. Thank you very much for listening today. For any more information on our multi-client data library or any of our digitalization journey, please visit our website, www.pgs.com.
Thank you, Claire, for a wonderful presentation. Now, if anyone would like to connect or hear more from Claire or Ahmed, feel free to reach out or get in touch with them through Cognite Hub or through their email addresses that they've shared. And finally, I'll turn it over to Petri for a few closing remarks.
I want to thank you for joining us today. As we at Cognite prepare to say thank you and look forward to seeing you again, we would like to draw your attention once more to select resources that you may be interested in. Now, to learn more about activating our industrial data operations practice and to draw inspiration from many more customer success cases, we invite you to download our free book, The Definitive Guide to Industrial Data Ops. For a deep dive on the quantified return on investment enterprises may realize by deploying Cognite Data Fusion for their industrial data operations practices, you will find everything you need in the Total Economic Impact Study by Forrester. And last but not least, questions and follow-up are always welcome after this product tour and at any time thereafter on our fully open user community, Cognite Hub, available at all times at hub.cognite.com. Now, thank you once more, and I do look forward to engaging with you again shortly. Thank you.